everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, it's another episode of #Friday Sews, and I have a make for myself to share with you. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to get to know you better and welcome you into the sewing community. And as always, thank you so much to each one of my friends who keep showing up video after video. Thank you for taking time out of your Friday to spend a little bit of it with me. It means so very much to me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content, and leave a comment down below. I would love to know what your week of sewing looked like. Did you get a lot accomplished in your sewing space? I would love to chat with you down below in the comments section. This is a #Friday Sews video, and I love catching up with you all on your sewing week and catching you up on my sewing week. And I actually did a ton of sewing in the last weekend. Spoiler alert, that dress right there. Before we get into my makes, I just want to say this is just a ready-to-wear shirt. One of very old shirts that I have in my closet that I still pick out and wear. It's very comfortable, fits me pretty good. So just wearing ready to wear today, and that's okay. It's okay to not have every day be a me-made outfit. Okay, let's jump into my sewing week. Oh my goodness, y'all. Last week was Easter Sunday, and I was sewing like a crazy person to get this dress right here done. If you will remember, 2 Fridays ago, I brought Bernadette over into the screen, and she just had this very shapeless, very basic, almost like draped fabric over her. Do you guys remember what that looked like? Well, that shapeless draped fabric became this beautiful dress. And I told y'all to trust the process, and I was also trying to trust the process. This is the Styla Abingdon dress. I loved this dress as soon as it released. I was just drawn to it. I love the look of the maxi length version, and that's the one that I have made. Now, Bernadette is not a dress form that is my size or my height, so showing a dress on her is really not very easy at all. So I'll definitely be popping up pictures of the pattern and of my finished make, but I did put the dress on her so that you can at least see from about the knee up of my Styla Abingdon dress. So I did work Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon on sewing up this dress. It is quite an involved make because of all the shirring that you need to do. You do shirring on the sleeves and on the front and back bodice. So just kind of time consuming. It takes me a little bit to get back up on the shirring horse, like to remember the steps for shirring. So that took me quite a bit. Once I got it down pat, I could kind of do it more quickly, but still it was time consuming. And what I also had to do for my Abingdon is line the bodice. So I chose a fabric that was quite see-through. I have just a scrap here to show you. You can see shapes behind it really well. It's kind of coming up where it looks opaque right now, but you can actually see, you can see my hand there, so you can see through it. And I knew that wasn't gonna work for me for this entire dress. So what I chose to do is line it with that coral fabric right over my shoulder. If you see that coral fabric right there, that's actually my chalk and notch wren that I went ahead and cut out and haven't got a chance to sew up yet. But I had quite a bit of fabric left over from that, and that was enough to get me the bodice pieces for my Abingdon. So I cut out lining pieces about to where the shirring line ends. So that's about the length of the lining that I had left over. I didn't have enough to go all the way to my knees. that would have been ideal to just went ahead to my knees, but I didn't have enough fabric. So I did go ahead and line it, and in doing so, I finished the V neckline that way. They have a facing piece that they want you to use in the pattern itself, but since I was lining it, I went ahead and just finished the V neckline. That turned out pretty good. There's a little bit of bowing on one side, but hanging there on Bernadette, you can't even see it. And when I wore it, I don't think anyone noticed either. So that was a good choice to line it. And I'm really glad that I did, so that I didn't have to worry about my dress being see-through. The sleeves are beautiful. They are slightly gathered up at the sleeve cap, and then you of course have the shirring down at the bottom. You really do not have that many pattern pieces for this pattern. You have a really long bodice piece, and then your waistline is created through your shirring. So when I had just started this dress and I had it hanging on Bernadette, it really looked very strange because you're creating the shaping yourself with that shirring. So I chose to cut out the knee length bodice option, and then I did the full ruffle to make it a maxi length, and I turned it over the suggested hemming width, and it was just perfect for me. Now I'm 5'4", and I was wearing kind of small kitten heels for Easter, and it was absolutely perfect length with my heels on. It probably would have been slightly too long if I was wearing flats, but with my heels, it was perfect. So like I said, a lot going on in this dress. I probably would not recommend it for a beginning sewist. I don't even know if I would recommend it for your first shirring attempt. It's a little bit tricky with the bodice being all one piece, and then it's just a lot of shirring. You have, like I said, the front, the back, and then 2 sleeves to do. I did enjoy making it though, and I think it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful dress. I think the best part of this dress is that bottom ruffle. I love a bottom tiered ruffle on a dress, and I really think that's what made this dress stand out. You can of course leave the ruffle off and you can use just the knee length version, but I don't think that would have made this dress pop and stand out. Adding the ruffle tier at the bottom, that's what did it for me. So it's not perfect. I did not do any changes or alterations to this dress at all. I cut it out in the size 24, straight size 24. I did do the C and D lines for shirring. They give you 2 different bust cup options for your shirring lines, and I did do the C and D, but I didn't do any alterations to this dress. So next time I have a few things that I would like to change, and I will share those with you now. Next time I would like to change the sleeve length. With it there on Bernadette, the sleeves look long enough, but on my body, they wanted to ride up my biceps, which makes me think that they were slightly too small. Although they were not tight in any way, they didn't leave marks on my arm. So I think that what I can do is just lengthen that sleeve a little bit, give me a little bit more length, and that will drop my shirring down my arm a little bit more, where my arm kind of gets smaller there toward my elbow. And I think that will help with the riding up and the feeling of it being too tight. Like I said, it did not feel tight, but it did ride up like it was too tight. So I definitely want to lengthen the sleeves for the next time. I also want to do a little something different with the front next time. The weight of the ruffled skirt, the weight of the fabric wants to pull the entire bodice down. So my waist, while it looks perfect there on Bernadette, I've actually pinned that up, and if I would move it right now, the front would want to pull down because of the weight of the skirt. That's really where I want it to ride on me, at my natural waist, and not pull down. So I don't know if I could work with the tension of my shirring a little bit, make my shirring just a little bit tighter, or add a few more rows of shirring to the front to kind of tighten up the front a little bit. It just wanted to kind of pull down as I was wearing it. And I know that has to do with the weight of the fabric and the ruffle, but maybe there's something I can do next time to combat that. Overall, a really beautiful dress. I'm so excited that I made this one for Easter. I'm so excited I got it done. And I was really glad to be able to wear this for Easter. In my opinion, this is a special occasion dress, especially that maxi length. It really takes it up a notch. It makes me think that it's more like a date night or, you know, a special occasion kind of dress as opposed to just wearing it to Walmart. This isn't one that I'm gonna just throw on and wear to Walmart. I do recommend this Styla Abingdon dress. If you want to give it a try, please let me know. I would love to see your versions as well. Like I said, Easter did occur last weekend. Addie wore her beautiful little, I'm calling it the little Bo Peep dress. It looks so much like something that little Bo Peep would wear. I'm gonna put pictures and a few videos of her at the end. It turned out so beautifully. I loved that little dress and it really worked out really well for her. It fit her really, really well. The bonnet, she did not really want to keep on. I think she thought it was like a hat that you would wear while you're outside, and then once you were in a building, you would take it off. So she really didn't wear it that much, but that's okay. I had fun making it anyway. So we are in a new month. April is here. I am super excited for April. I've already done a little bit of fabric shopping. I'm excited to get a few new patterns. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link my stash challenge video that gives my strategy for 3 months of no buying and 1 month of conscientious buying. And I'm excited to be in my buying month now. Also, Tuesday, I put out a video of my April and May sewing plans. A lot of those are themed around our upcoming Disney trip. Oh, can you hear it raining? It's raining here in Indiana today. Really raining. You can really hear it up here in my sewing room. So go check out Tuesday's video if you did not. That's a lot of my upcoming plans. I am waiting for some fabric to come in to do a lot of those. So I'm going to be working on some things here in my sewing room this weekend that I want to catch up on. I had some plans back in February. If you'll remember, I had that cute little iron-on applique cow that I wanted to put on a shirt for Addie. I still want to do that, so I'm going to be working on cleaning up my sewing room this weekend. It is an absolute Easter disaster. And then kicking out maybe a few of those projects before my Disney fabric shows up. And that's been what I have been sewing on. So I did do quite a bit of filming during the process of creating my Abingdon. Whether I put that into a video or not, I'm not really sure. There's a lot of clips, shirring clips, taping my pattern together, cutting it out, my thoughts, fitting. We'll see if I'll put that into a video. If you would like to see that, let me know down below. Maybe that would encourage me to put those clips into a video for you all. Moving on to life now, we received a really darling present surprise on Easter. When we were away for Easter services on Easter morning, one of our cows had a baby. So Lily had this sweet little baby boy. And of course we had to name him Bunny because he was born on Easter Sunday. So he is so cute. So that takes us up to 3 baby cows in our little herd now. And we are just over the moon. We love to watch them. We love to talk to them. So we are in love with our new baby cow. The big topic for this weekend, especially here in the state of Indiana, in my region anyway, is the total eclipse that will be happening in our area. So we are in the area for totality. The total eclipse will be happening in my area. So we are preparing for a lot of people to descend upon Indiana. I myself will be hiding in my house. I know that there's going to be a lot of people out and about, and I will just be sitting happy and secure, hopefully up here in my sewing room, doing a lot of sewing and hibernating this weekend. It'll be really neat to see a total eclipse, of course, but yeah, I'm gonna be avoiding those crowds. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for this hashtag Friday Sews video. Like I said, let me know down below what you have planned for the weekend. What did you get accomplished in your sewing week? I love chatting with you all down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care if you're out and about looking at that eclipse. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.